What is up, Vehicle Virgins family? Today I am headed to VF Engineering to do something to the Mercedes I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Well, actually it hasn't been that long. I've only had this car for like a month and a half. But nonetheless, it is a perfect platform for tuning a twin turbocharged V8 that's stock, makes 603 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. The reason I ran this on VF's dyno was one, to see how much power it made stock, but two, to get baseline data for when VF tunes the car. For those of you who didn't watch the dyno video, this car put down 504 horsepower at the wheel. Now the dyno that VF uses has a higher percentage of losses, so he estimated the power at the crank to be about 640 or 650. The torque figure was 570 pounds of torque at the wheels, which he approximated to be around 690 at the crank. The crazy part is, VF is expecting gains of up to 100 wheel horsepower and 125 wheel torque, which will put this well into the 750 horsepower plus range and potentially 800 plus pound-feet of torque. Fire this bad boy up. I've driven the E63 a ton since I got it, 3,815 miles. Does it need more power? Absolutely not, but it's gonna be a heck of a lot of fun. And I'm out of gas again. Classic. Filling up the E63. I've wanted a really fast sedan for a long time now. Those of you who have been with the channel for a while know that I had an E39 M5. I'm still kind of bummed that I sold that. I supercharged it, and it was so fun taking this 2001 BMW when it worked. It had some issues with the supercharger kit. I wish that I chose the VF one. I've always kind of wanted to have this, not necessarily sleeper car, but practical daily driver that doesn't look like it'd be super fast, that's able to keep up with supercars. Now, I'm not talking about being able to keep up with the newest generation of supercars, the 720S, the 488 Pista, there's just no way. But a 458 or a LP560, this thing with a tune should be able to walk one. I'm so pumped for that. I'm curious, guys, comment in the comment section below, what video made you decide to subscribe to Vehicle Virgins? Or what video did you find Vehicle Virgins for the first time? I remember when I was talking about the E39 M5 that people all the time were like, I found your channel when you made that straight piping the M5 video. I freaking loved that video. That was so fun to make. But I'm curious, how long have you guys been around? If you're not part of the Vehicle Virgins family yet, don't worry, it's not too late. Smash that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on. If you're already subscribed and you don't have the notification bell on, turn it on. It helps me out a lot. And you'll stay up to date to the latest and greatest automotive content. Sounds like a win-win. But seriously, smash that subscribe button. Damn, look at this sick BMW 1M. I freaking love those cars, especially in this color. So sexy. Clean C63 coupe. What's up? Look at those tips. There is the C63 I will be driving home today. Love the new wraps. So the plan is to drop off my E63 for a couple days while they tune it. I'm gonna take this C63 that has been freshly tuned as my daily driver for the next couple days. And what's so special about this is the C63 that I reviewed maybe a year ago back in Michigan. It was a black one with a brown interior, kind of in the snow. That was the car that made me decide to get the E63. I was so blown away on how far Mercedes has come in terms of making a fun car to drive. Not just a luxurious, fast car in a straight line, but they radically improved the transmission, the steering feel was much better, the suspension was firmer, the interior was unbelievable, and that really sold me on four-door sports car Mercedes. And so we ended up with the E63. Now, this C63 made some impressive power gains on the dyno. Over 70 horsepower at the wheels and 125 pound-feet of torque at the wheels. And the exciting part is the E63 actually has bigger turbos that I believe only come on the current E63 than the AMG GTR 4-door as well as the S63, but even the AMG GTR 2-door has the smaller turbos, so the power potential on this thing should be pretty massive. Let's see what they've got going on today. Crazy as usual. Oh, McLaren. I've actually reviewed this car. What's going on, man?
Hi, Parker.
Good to see you.
Same here.
What on earth are you doing to a McLaren?
Oh, well, we put it on the dyno. We're gonna see what we can get out of it.
No way.
Yeah.
If you guys remember this car, well, you actually probably don't because the wrap was entirely different. I reviewed this 570S a while back. It's a Protective Film Solutions and Vorsteiner kind of collaboration car. Crazy Vorsteiner body kit, Protective Film Solutions wrap. It used to be purple and red, I believe, and they've changed it to this Marlboro wrap, which looks so awesome. You got a dyno plot up there?
Yeah, we were actually just looking at some of the numbers from our tuned C63S.
Oh, nice.
You know, our 2017 C63 we picked up a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Protective Film Solutions actually wrapped that one too.
Cool.
But we tuned it earlier this week, and we are just looking at the plot here. Stock, it did approximately 410 at the wheels, horsepower-wise, and torque-wise it made about 570. But it actually picked up 140 pounds of torque above that with our tune.
Wow.
And
at the wheels?
At the wheels, yeah. On our Mustang dyno.
Yeah.
91 octane and 90 horsepower at the wheels as well. So it's quite a big hike for a car like that.
That's actually ridiculous. I wonder if the tuned C63 is faster than my stock E63.
Do you want to find out?
I think that's a good idea. Okay, well, for science purposes, we are going to see what is faster, a stock E63, all-wheel drive, 603 horsepower, according to the manufacturer, versus a tuned rear-wheel drive new C63S. Honestly, I think this is gonna be really close. As with all the races, we're gonna have a professional driver on a closed course. This is going to be the winning angle. If I use this camera, that means the E63 is beating the C63S. And this is the losing angle. If I'm showing this angle, that means the C63 is taken off. Let's hit it. Well, that was a fun little duel between the two cars. We did a 40 roll race, and from what it seemed, the C63 was definitely fighting for traction. In the last one, traction control was totally turned off, so at a 40 roll, it basically wasn't able to get that jump like the all-wheel drive car is. I believe if we did it from 60, they would have been pretty much dead even, because on the first race, even though the E63 got a little bit of a jump after that, they maintained the same distance between each other the entire way. These two cars look awesome together. Time to drop off the E63, leave it here for a bit, and take out the C63. Similar seats to my car. He's got the Alcantara steering wheel. I'll talk about why I didn't get that in a minute. IWC clock, nice wood. So Gary is claiming that the E63 was pulling away a bit, but something to note is that this car is on these Nitto Invo tires that Mr. Hubinet put on them for drifting, and they measure 245s in the back instead of, I don't know, 275 to 295. So definitely struggling for grip. Not so much at a 40 roll, but when you turn traction control all the way off, there was no prayer of going forward. So why did I get the leather wrapped steering wheel instead of the Alcantara? Well, they are the same price, and I have watched people's Alcantara steering wheels, including the one on my Huracan, wear out so badly that they become incredibly slippery and basically useless in terms of grip unless you're wearing gloves. Now, you can maintain them, you can clean them to restore the Alcantara, but honestly, I just like the feel of a leather steering wheel. Just personal opinion. They costed the exact same, so went with the leather. This thing is an absolute beast. We've got a 7-speed transmission instead of 9. We've got the same driving modes as the E: individual, comfort, sport, sport plus, and race. Obviously, race mode at all times. 2 hours for 60 miles. Gotta love LA. Damn, that Hummer looks low-key savage. A little update on the giveaway car for those who have been asking. I was able to contact, finally, the winner, Laura Crago. Congratulations again. We've been in talks about what she wants the color of the vehicle to be. She's decided on that, so it is about to get wrapped. Then I'm gonna do a wrap reveal, show you guys what she has picked, and then ship it out all the way to the East Coast. I've been driving for like 2.5 hours at this point, just on the return. Love it. I don't really think I've gone faster than this for 2.5 hours, which is pretty brutal knowing how much horsepower this thing has. Finally, back home. This C63 doesn't have Distronic Plus, which is Mercedes' kind of pseudo self-driving system that both has adaptive cruise control and keeps you within the lane. And it's amazing how used to that feature you get. On long commutes, a 3-hour drive in traffic, you can leave Distronic Plus the whole time and you barely have to even be present. I mean, obviously I'm focusing because I'm not trying to crash my car, but it makes that long drive a lot easier. This one doesn't have it, but I got to jump on it a little bit and it is an absolute beast. I wanted to do some 0 to 60 tests with the V-Box, considering its tune, to see how fast this thing truly is, but with those 245s in the back, it's not gonna be able to launch. There's just no way with this much power and torque. Let's take a little look around. What do you guys think of this wrap? I like it. Nice satin finish, totally a different color. Pretty unique, honestly. It's like a satin blue, but damn, I like it. I've always loved the way the front end of the new generation C63 looks. Honestly, I think I like the way the front end of the new C63 looks more than the E63. That being said, definitely happy with my decision to get the bigger car with more power and more torque. The interior is a massive difference between the E-Class and the C-Class. What I would love to do now is get a VF-tuned M4. Because I was thinking a C63 versus M4 head-to-head would be super awesome, but it would not be fair to do a stock M4 versus this, or potentially another company, maybe a Dynan M4, and do a little comparison test between two modified cars. Because you can compare them stock, but part of the fun of these cars is that they are so modifiable. Now this has the stock Mercedes sports exhaust, which honestly, Mercedes has been doing such a good job recently with their exhausts. Well, actually, recently, what am I talking about? Always, that you don't even need to go aftermarket on this thing. I wouldn't suggest getting the standard exhaust. The sports exhaust sounds a lot better. That's kind of the biggest downfall of the M4. And now they're doing the new special edition M2 and they're putting the M4 engine in it. I think that's an absolute mistake. The N55 with the twin scroll single turbo sounds no, Siri. The twin scroll single turbo N55 engine sounds so much better than the one in the M4, and I feel like they've kind of ruined the characteristic of the M2 by basically making it an M4 only worse with less power. So I don't know, what do you guys think about the new M2? Regardless, this thing is an absolute beast. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. Interesting trade-off here. So Mercedes has gone with a hot V layout, which essentially means that the twin turbo setup is in between the V8 engine, so in the center. That means there's less distance for air to travel, it's more efficient, there's less lag, which is super awesome for a stock setup. But if you want to go wild and crazy modify the car, get bigger turbos, it does make it difficult because of the packaging constraints. As you can see, there really isn't all that much space here to add bigger turbos, pretty much none at all. So essentially the most common option is to take those stock turbos, bore them out, put a bigger impeller, and then you can up the boost. Oh, Daniel Lang, thank you for making this engine. That's like the least German name I've ever heard. Well, there you guys have it. Awesome seeing this car against the E63, and I cannot wait to get that car back. Some more excited news unrelated to the E63 is that 2 European YouTubers are coming to my house on Saturday. I'm not sure what day I'm posting this video. I know you guys know who they are, but I want to make it a little bit of a surprise. We've got some epic stuff planned, and I believe we might plan on collaborating with Alejandro a bit as well. And by the time they get back, I should have my E63 done, back in my hands, for some epic fun action. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.